everybody, coming to you from the mini chair once again. I've decided I'm going to set up a recording studio at my house because it is the only place that I can record in silence, in peace, without interruption for the most part. And doing it on Sundays just seems to work well. I think I figured out my mic situation. Mics don't like to record audio when the phone is in airplane mode. So seems silly, but I've also learned how to backup record at the same time because I once again recorded a full-length video and there was no audio. And if only you could have seen the temper tantrum that I threw because of that. But everybody, get right to it. So start at the top. There are two phone numbers that are important for you all to have in your phone regarding Double Edge Fitness, right? These two phone numbers do send text messages, right? They are 775-657-9956. That's our main gym telephone phone number. Now, if you call that number, you're going to get a directory to pick a gym, which will either go to mine or my brother's cell phones. But most likely, if you're a member at the gym, you have our cell phone anyway, so just go ahead and skip right to the cell phone if you need to call us over something important. But that is the main number that we have a text message platform tied to. If you get a text message from that platform, there is a 99.9% probability that that is not some random automated text message. That text message is most likely coming from me personally, but our other coaches will be set up on that platform to be able to use it as a communication tool with members. Now, why? Cell phones we can communicate with also, but on a scale of operation like ours, having everybody's numbers and all the members' numbers talk with this software, it's really efficient and effective for us to be able to communicate using this platform for a lot of things. We'll use it checking in, we'll use it to send out any sort of, we want to say, emergent kind of updates. Hypothetically, power goes out, we can't have class because the good folks at NV Energy don't know when that power is coming back on. We might send out a text message blast through that number to let members know, so you're not blindsided by that. So if you're getting a text from that number, it will say you can opt out, which you can. I get it. It's election season and there's all kinds of BS, nonstop, relentless BS coming through the cell service. But maybe our number, you don't block, you don't delete, you don't report as spam, you just save it as Double Edge Fitness. And we'll try to keep the communication there important and pertinent to you and your, what do you want to say? Your health? I don't know. So we're using that number for the majority of our communication. There's another number you should save. Now you can text this number two ways. If you text our main gym number, chances I'm monitoring that pretty much all day long, all weekend long, even to the point that it annoys my family. But I do monitor that, comes right to my cell phone. I keep tabs on it. So chances are you text that number, you'll be hearing from me pretty immediately, just like if you text my regular phone, because it comes to my cell phone, all right? And that is an appendage that's attached to me at all times, which drives some members of my family nuts. But it is what it is. So the other number, 646-760-6008. This is a secure mind-body number that is used for billing purposes, right? So you can save this in your phone as mind-body or Double Edge Fitness billing. That's pretty much the only thing it's going to be used for. It's a way for us to communicate and get billing information securely. It is a new tool added to our gym management software that allows us, say you need to update your credit card, we can send you a text link securely through this number that will allow you to update your billing information on your profile. It's super easy, super secure, very clean and simple. I've been testing it for a few months and it works pretty perfectly. It's a very, very helpful tool. And the people that have tested it with me, because I've tested with some members who have had declined or expired credit cards, and it worked perfect. Super easy to fill out, very secure, Goes right to your account. Information's deleted from the interwebs, updated. So that number, 646-760-6008, you might want to store on your phone as double-edged billing. Chances are you won't hear from that number very much. If you do text that number one way, I do check it and I can respond from there. So just know that. But yeah, I'd like for you guys to save those 2 phone numbers and maybe not block them, delete them, and report them as spam. Do me a solid there. That's general housekeeping of the week on those 2 updates. Next update, I got to move this up a little bit because we're going to keep the housekeeping. So that wasn't all the housekeeping. New coaching schedule rolls out this week, October 21st. Chris is back. She's taking on her new responsibilities and roles this week. With that, I was going to roll out the new coaching schedule sometime in November, but the mental gymnastics I have to do each week to know where people are coaching and this and that and trying to figure it out each week, I'm done with it. I'm over it. So we're going to roll out the new coaching schedule this week. There is a visual of what coaches are coaching what classes. Class schedule has not changed. It's what coaches are assigned to what classes at both gyms each week. It is updated on our Mind Body. It's updated on our website. And I sent out in the newsletter, there is a visual photo of the coaching schedule. Okay, classes, what coaches are coaching what classes. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's there. It's updated. Check it out. All right. I think that was the last of the main administrative housekeeping. All right. Little education. We are entering what I like to call eat like shit season. It's when Halloween gets here, and then basically from Halloween, we allow ourselves to consume an astronomical amount of bullshit until we get sick of ourselves. January 1st, we have a new resolution. We want to drop some pounds, get fit again, start the whole process over. Stop doing that, one. But it's inevitable. This time of year, Halloween kicks off, eat like shit season. I would like to get you all to maybe not do that this year, but we're going to share some tips. So one of the biggest tips I can give you during this time of year is, regardless of how you're going to poison your body, prioritize quality protein intake no matter what. If there's one macronutrient goal for you to hit each day, get your protein, your required protein intake in. And then if you decide to fall off the wagon a little bit, it's not going to be as detrimental. One, you're not going to be as hungry. You might not be craving the bullshit nearly as much, but you'll still be setting yourself up for success. All right. So if you can prioritize your protein intake, hit your protein goal. And if you need help figuring out what your protein goal is, I agree with Dr. Peter T on this. It should be 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight based on health principles. All right. If you don't know what your ideal body weight goal should be or is, you can get a current in-body scan, go in, get an in-body scan, talk to your coach. We can guide you. Very happy to do that. I am going to make a video explaining the in-body machine printout to help you understand what your ideal body weight is. So 1 gram of protein, high quality, complete proteins per pound of your ideal body weight. All right. Do that. Make sure you do that. With that, drink enough water. All right. Take your body weight, multiply it by 0.75, and chances are that's pretty close to the amount of water in ounces that you should be drinking per day. Now, if you're carrying around a bunch of non-ideal body weight, that calculation is thrown off. So again, we figure out your ideal body weight, we can figure out your protein intake, we can figure out how much water you should be consuming. You consume the water, you eat the protein, you're going to do better during this eat like shit than most of the country will. Okay? Making sure you're getting enough fiber, 30 to 40 grams of fiber intake per day. Best sources of fiber are going to be vegetables, fruits, high quality, unprocessed grains and starches, potatoes, sweet potatoes, lentils, a big source of fiber for me, beans, great source of fiber. Getting enough fiber in is going to help keep your gut healthy to deal with you eating like shit at these parties and, all stuff that happens during this time of year. So get enough fiber in, protein in, fiber in. Chances are during eat like shit season, you're going to consume excess sugar, carbohydrates. I probably wouldn't stress too much about your carbs, all right? But again, try to limit it, folks. Plan it. Be intentional with it. You know, you're seeing snacks and treats and crap showing up all over work and friends' parties, this and that. Try to avoid the unintentional BS, right? If you are planning on going to your friend's Christmas party, right, or your friend's Friendsgiving dinner, right, enjoy that dinner, but don't enjoy every single temptation for the 2 weeks before that dinner, right? Schedule your episodes of treating your body like trash to a minimal amount, right? So if we can do that and be more intentional in our engagement of terrible choices during this time of year, we're going to be better off when the new rolls in, right? So those are some of my hot takes, tips, and tricks on keeping your excess body fat down and developing metabolic syndrome during this time of year. So let's not develop type 2 diabetes. Let's not add tremendous amount of excess body fat, and let's not poison ourselves. Let's make good, healthy choices. Maybe slip up once or twice. You know, Thanksgiving Day, maybe go a little ham. Maybe Christmas Day, go a little ham. That's twice. Don't do it every single day from Halloween till the New Year, right? Be intentional. Now, I'll stop beating that dead horse. But for 17, going on 17 years, 16 years in the fitness industry, I literally see it every single year. People who are pretty darn disciplined, consistent, and they fall off a wagon for 3 months, 2.5 months, right? It's human nature, but let's not do that, right? Okay, there is a blog post that I posted on our website that breaks down a lot of the important facts behind protein. What is a complete protein? How to get a complete protein? Tips and tricks for vegetarians who don't like the high quality, complete, full of leucine protein that's in animal foods. There are tips and tricks. I've seen vegetarians have great success getting protein, enough protein in their diet, but it is harder. There are components that you need to be aware of if you follow a vegetarian diet to optimize your connective tissues. Okay, blog on our website. There's a link to it in the newsletter to be able to read that blog post and understand protein much more detail than just eating enough protein. Eat enough complete protein, and if you're trying to optimize muscle development, you need to make sure you're getting enough leucine and so forth. I break it all down in a blog post that's on our website, so check it out. November 11th, we are doing 1,000 box step-ups. That's Monday, Veterans Day. We're doing Chad. Chad is a former Navy SEAL who took his own life. It's one of the tragedies behind men and women who serve. PTSD and suicide among veterans is very sad and tragic. So Chad, former Navy SEAL, did take his life by suicide, and we join the CrossFit community every year, recognizing that on Veterans Day, and we do 1,000 box step-ups. There will be more step-ups opportunities in our group class over the next few weeks for everybody to accumulate some volume. I'm going to go ahead and suggest, if you are going to, I hope you're planning on doing Chad, not being a sandbagger and skipping out this year because of some random excuse. But I suggest you get some reps in and you build up a little volume. If it's your first time doing it RX, we will have patches. Gotta have patches. The RX weight is 45-pound backpack for men. I believe 25 pounds for women. Let me check it out real quick. Got my aid right here. RX weight for Chad. 45 pounds for men, 35-pound pack for women. That is the RX weight, doing 1,000 box step-ups on a 20-inch box. All right. So if you're planning on doing it, I would suggest getting some weekend reps in. Try to sneak some reps in during the week. I wouldn't blow yourself out per se, but I would be intentional in getting some volume in there. I do post my Chad reps that I do in addition to group class on my Instagram. If you want to hit me up and ask me for some training ideas, I am more than happy to give you some programming points that can apply to you specifically and your goal for Chad. Just hit me up. All right. This last week, randomly, well, not randomly, last Wednesday, we had a 150-meter row as part of an EMOM. I threw out the idea, is it possible to go sub 20 seconds? Turns out that's a really hard goal to hit, but it became a thing. People are trying to get the 150-meter row, trying to beat me actually right now. My best time's 22.5 seconds. And I really don't think at this juncture I can go faster. That's interesting. It's fun. People have thrown down. I did put up a challenge programming channel on SugarWOD. It is loading in there Saturday. Yeah. So just find it today. If you want to do it, I'll get your score. Just having a little fun, screwing around. It's one of those deals you can do after a little bit of warm up, but you're not going to be absolutely wrecked from it. You're going to be just fine. It's a max power output test. How much power can you generate in a short period of time on the rower? So yeah, a little bit of fun. I realize members sending me videos, quite a few people sending me videos of them doing it, going for it. So it's cool. The other thing that I'm doing the Rogue 1,000-pound challenge for the t-shirt course. Got to get the t-shirt, but bigger vision here. So I've been thinking about doing this for a minute. As part of turning 40, one of my focuses is to track my strength year over year. And there's a perfect way. I mean, we're going to test our one rep this and that in the gym. Yep, there's just a little fun thing. I signed up for it. I'm going to do it. It's deadlift, squat, and bench. To get the t-shirt, you got to do some video recording of your lifts, and there's some rules and stuff, and you have to submit it so they can verify your lift. But it's your total combined weight of deadlift, back squat, and bench press. And I just kind of want to see where I'm at with those, with high quality, confident 1-rep maxes. I am not going to push my body to the gray area of 1-rep max attempts. I don't find the risk there to be very beneficial, especially doing all three back to back to back. So I'm probably going to be testing 90-95% of my 1-rep max if I had to guess. Again, it's more for fun. I want to track and see. My numbers do add up to like 1,090 pounds. And it's something I want to track year over year for my own personal fitness and strength goals as I'm getting older. And if Rogue does this every year, if we do it as a gym, it's something I want to do every year kind of around my birthday. Same, do my 2,000 meter test every year around my birthday. So for every year for my 30s, so from age 30 to 40, around my birthday, I complete a 2,000 meter row max effort test. The goal is to always be sub 7 minutes for as long and as many years as possible. So I made it through my 30s every single year, sub 7 minutes. So I'm going to keep doing that to 50 and beyond and just see how long I can maintain sub 7 minutes. There's no, what do you want to say, like benchmark theory behind it. It's just a personal goal of mine. But I do think it's applicable to have benchmarks for absolute strength, muscular endurance, VO2 max, aerobic capacity, and max power output. So I am aggregating a list of what I'm doing as I'm getting older that you guys can play with. Might become a gym thing. I don't know. It is something that I'm doing for my personal health that I want to share with you all on how I'm measuring, benchmarking my fitness along with my health for the long game. So the benchmarks matter, objective data matters, and these are just tools that I'm using. So I'll share them with you guys as I go. When I do the challenge, it's going to be the next Saturday that I coach at Midtown probably, and I will let you guys know on my Instagram page when I'm going to throw that down if anybody wants to come play. A few people have already signed up and said they're going to come do it with me. So by all means, make it a community day, have some fun, and lift some weights. Last thing, and I swear this video better have recorded audio. Oh wait, I have a backup audio, so we're safe. But last thing, Metcon for Hope, got that coming up. Some people have been signing up. This year we are doing scaled, all right? So we're really trying to make this inclusive because the goal is to spread awareness about teen suicide issue that we have here in Washoe County and bring awareness, support, and so forth for that cause. So the more people participating, the better. It is November 16th. How the scale is going to work is you're going to do the same workouts, maybe different weights and so forth. As the workouts are released, details will be delivered with those releases. But basically, you're going to be thrown down with the RX people. Everybody's working out together. It's just to have the leaderboard delineate between RX and scaled. We will be doubling up the score for the scaled athletes. So say, you're at 50 pounds for, and the RX athletes at 75 pounds, and you finish 2 seconds apart. So to keep the scoring on the same leaderboard, but the scaled competing against scaled and RX competing RX and everybody's going together, we're just gonna ×2 the finish time so everybody's aggregated in their appropriate group for what they did. And so everybody can compete together at, same heats and so forth. Do this year, you guys, find a partner, sign up for it. It's free to sign up. You're highly encouraged, so you don't get a 0 on one of the workouts. You don't want a DNF on one of the workouts to raise $400 or more. All right, that is the fundraising goal. I have no set goal of how much money to raise. I just would like to fill up 10 teams, at least in each division, and each team raise $400. That's the goal. So whatever that comes out to. All right, you guys, I think looking through the stuff here, that's all I really got this week. A little bit long, but I had to harp on eat like shit season. So let's make sure as we're going into this, you guys are making healthy food choices, doing the right things, getting your exercise in, and optimizing your health during this time of year. There's no reason for us to take 10 steps back over the next 3 months with all the hard work everybody puts in day in, day out. So let's not take 10 steps back. All right? Love you guys. See you in the gym this week. I'll be at both gyms, just like I have been, and I hope to run into everyone. All right.